a very warm welcome to our YouTube session. I really hope that you guys are doing well. All right. So you all know that UGC has released their provisional answer key for the re-exam which has happened in August. All right. So we will be discussing the question paper on the basis of the provisional answer key which has been released by UGC. Now there are certain questions and answers which can be challenged. All right. So that is what we will be taking a look at. All right. Let's start with it. So that's the first question that we have. So which of the following inscription records the entrusting of two sums of money to Shrenis of weavers to the towns of Govardhan for providing the cost of clothing for a set of 20 monks? Okay. So now this question is, yes, a little difficult, all right, because they are asking you about inscriptions. Now you have, from your ancient India portion, you have done a number of inscriptions, but they're asking you about a specific one which records entrusting of what? Two sums of money to two Shrenis of weavers, right? So this is a little difficult question, guys, but I'm sure that you will be able to answer. Let's take a look at the options now. So we have Mathura inscription of the year 28 of Kanishk era, inscription of Usha Vadata in the Nasik caves, Bandogad inscription in the year 51, of the year 51, Kosambi inscription of the year 81. So which one do you think is your answer over here? Okay. So guys, the correct answer according to the answer key over here is 2. That is inscription of Ushwadat in the Nasik caves. So this is going to be your correct answer for question number 51. All right. Moving on to question number 52. Okay. So I hope it's zoomed in enough and you have no issues earlier. Okay. The celebrated scholar Yamin al-Din Abul Hasan is better known as Siraji, Hasan Nizami, Isami, Amir Khusro Dehlvi. So you have to tell us, the question is asking, what is this person better known as? What is this person better known as in history? What is the name given? The name is Yamin al-Din Abul Hasan, right? So what is he better known as? And the correct answer over here is 4, which is Amir Khusro Dehlvi. This is what this person is better known as. Okay. Next question. Arrange the following eras in the correct chronological order. So now you have to arrange this, okay? So as you can see, you have your Chalukyan, which is equal to Vikram era. Then you have Gupta era, Kalachuri Chedi era, Kolam era, and then you have your Vikram era, okay? So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? So you can just think about the answer, see which one do you think is the correct answer over here. Okay, so you have to arrange them. You have to arrange them in the chronological order, right? So which one do you think is the correct answer? Okay, let's try to arrange them. Let's try to arrange this first. Okay, so first of all, you will have your Vikram era, right? That is the first one. Okay, so now you can see that E is actually in all the options, fine? So we have to look for the next one. So which one do you think is going to come next? After E, it's going to be C, which is your Kalachuri Chedi era, fine. Then you will have your Gupta era, then you will have your Kolam era, and then you will have A, your Vikram, Chalukyan Vikram era. Okay? So which one do you think is your correct answer over here? So correct answer over here is 3, okay, which is your E, C, B, D, and A. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Now, this is a this is a text-based question. You have to understand, or you have to tell me which of the following statements are correct. Okay. A striking feature of Tughlaq architecture was sloping walls called batter, right? Second option is it was used in all the buildings of Tughlaq dynasty. The Tughlaqs only used grey stone in their buildings. In the buildings of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, rubble is finished by thick coat of lime plaster, which was color washed. Decorative motif found in all buildings of Firoz Shah Tughlaq is bell and chain. Alright. So which one do you think is going to be the correct answer for this question? Which one do you think are true? Okay. So guys, see, if you have ever visited any of the Tughlaq monuments, you would know that C is definitely not true. Okay. C is definitely, so they have not used just grey sandstone. No. If you ever visit the Tughlaq monuments, you will see a mixture of colors, a mixture of sandstones which have been used. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? So the correct answer over here is going to be A and D. So there was a striking feature called batter, right? And decorative motif include bell and chain. So fourth becomes your correct answer. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Who was the first wazir under Akbar? Shah Mansoor, Raja Todarmal, Mir Fatahullah Shirazi, Muzaffar Khan. So who was the first wazir? Who do you think it is going to be? So just think, let me see if you know the answer. Who was the first wazir? I know a lot of you would be confusing, a lot of you would be thinking maybe it's Raja Todarmal, but no, that's not true. The first wazir under Akbar was Port Muzaffar Khan. Next question. Which of the following 16th century chronicler Which of the following 16th century chronicler described the sway of the last Sayyid ruler, Alauddin Alam Shah, as extending from Delhi to Palam? A. Babur, B. Ahmad Yadgar, C. Khadr Khan, D. Iqbal Khan. So which of the rulers, or which of the chroniclers have described that the last Sayyid rulers extending empire was from Delhi to Palam? किसने ये describe किया है? Which chronicler has done so? Fine. So, is it Babur? Is it Ahmad Yadgar? Is it Khidr Khan? Is it Iqbal Khan? Which one do you think is the correct answer? So, think, what do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer here is 2. That is your Ahmad Yadgar. He is the one who has described it. Okay? All right. Okay, now this is a very interesting one. So you have to match the following. So you have the list of temples and then you have the places. This is quite an easy question, guys. So you have the Dashavatar temple, Mahadev temple, Lakshman temple, Meguti temple. The places are Nachna Kutra, Aihole, Deoghar, Sirpur. Okay. So अब आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना है? You have to match these. Okay. You have to match them to the places. Okay, so think, which one do you think is the correct answer? So here, in these, you can use elimination method, guys, right? What kind of method can you use? You can use a little bit of elimination method over here. So how do I use elimination method? Okay, so see, guys, I know for sure that Dashavatar temple is going to be 3, which is Deoghar, right? So you can see option over here, you can see option over here. Okay? So now I have to move on to the next one. Fine. B is your Mahadev temple, which is in Nachna, Kuthra. Fine. So here also you have B option over here, you have B option over here. Fine. But this C is going to make your difference. Lakshman temple is where? It is in Sirpur, and that is why fourth or D is going to become your correct answer. Okay. The film Bhakt Vidur, after a lot of censoring and ban, was released with a new title of Seth Ki Ladki, Dharma Vijay, Dharmatma or Mahatma. Now this question is definitely from modern India, right? So which title was used for the release of this new film? Is it Seth Ki Ladki? Is it Dharma Vijay? It is Dharmatma? Or is it Mahatma? Which one do you think it is? So guys, this is a very factual question, okay? And which is the correct answer over here? The correct answer over here is B or 2, Dharma Vijaya. That was the new title which was used when the movie was released once again after a lot of censoring. All right. This is again going to be very, very interesting. Okay. So, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, Baba Faruddin Ganji Shakar, Sheikh Jamaluddin, Moinuddin Chishti. So, you have to tell me which one is their center of activity. So, you have options of Ajodhan, Devtal, Ajmer, Delhi. This is actually a very easy question, guys. Very easy, in fact. Okay. So, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki is obviously going to be 4, Delhi. Why? Because Kutubuddin, Qutub Minar, this is where his dargah is also located. Fine. So, A is 4. Okay. और आप देखोगे कि A का जो 4 है वो सिर्फ एक ही जगह पे है. This is where it is. So, your correct answer is obviously going to be A. Fine. But you can confirm it. Moinuddin Chishti has to be Ajmer. So, D is obviously going to be 3. So, this is where your answer gets clarified. Ajmer is really famous for this dargah. Who among the following were the teachers of Ajivika sect? Puran Kashyap, Malinatha, Pakudha Katyayana, Neminatha, Goshala, Maska Kariputra. So which one do you think is going to be the correct answer over here? इनमें से कौन जो हैं वो आजीविका सेक्ट के टीचर्स रह चुके हैं? Fine. So which one do you think is the correct answer? Okay. So guys, the correct answer over here is going to be 2, which is A, C and E. So Puran Kashyap, Pakuda Katyayana and Goshal, they are the ones who have been teachers of the Ajivika sect. Sorry. Moving on to the next question. Okay. Which of the following king is not mentioned among the kings of Aryavart in line 21 of Allahabad Pillar Prashasti? Now, this question is directly from Upinder Singh, guys. Directly it has been taken from Upinder Singh. That is why I keep telling you that for ancient India, you have to refer to Upinder Singh, because ये line जो है ये directly वहीं से ली गई है. So which of the kings are not mentioned? So this is actually from Allahabad Pillar inscription. So there are certain lines which mentions how Samudragupta has done his conquest. So he had different kind of relations with different kinds of people. With some he had matrimonial alliances. With some he had just made them accept his suzerainty. Some he had subdued, but then let them off. So what they're talking about here is, which of the following kings is not mentioned among the kings of Aryavart in the line 21 of Allahabad Pillar Prashasti? So, कौन से राजा mentioned नहीं हैं? So, your correct answer is going to be 2, Meghvarna. He is not mentioned. Alright. Among the rulers of Aryavart, you have Rudradev, Chandvarman, Ganpati Nag is definitely there. Next, who delivered the presidential address of Cow Protection Conference in December in 1924? Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Lala Lajpat Rai, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, and Mahatma Gandhi. So, which one do you think is going to be your answer? Cow Protection Conference. Who do you think would have given this, speech? Just think. So, your correct answer over here is 4. It's Mahatma Gandhi. He was the one who gave this speech. Okay. All right. The principal source for Arab invasion of Sindh in the early 8th century is, so they're asking you about the source, they're asking you about the chronicler. Fine. Futuhu al-Buldan, Jawami al-Hikayat, Chachnama, Tabqati Nasari. Which one do you think is the correct answer over here? Think. Okay. So guys, the correct answer over here is 3. That is your Chachnama. This becomes one of our principal sources to learn about the Arab invasion of Sindh in the early 8th century. Next. Which of the following kings granted 5 villages to Nalanda monastery at the instance of Balputra Dev of Sumatra? Which of the following kings granted 5 villages to Nalanda monastery at the instance of Balputra Dev of Sumatra? So, who has done it? Was it Devpal, Mahipal, Dharmpal, or Mahendrapal? So, guys, you all know that with Nalanda University, with a lot of universities, we have the Pal dynasty associated. But here, the correct answer to this question is Devpal. Okay. Now, this is a very easy question. Khud peasants in Rajasthan were known as Mirasi, Talwahik, Gaveti, Chaudhary. So, who are Khudkasht peasants? Khudkash are basically those peasants who have their own lands. They cultivate their own lands, right? So, what are they known as in Rajasthan? So, in Rajasthan, they are known as Gaveti. That is your correct answer. Okay. Next question. Due to army reorganization, how much increase in defense expenditure accounted for the total central and provincial government revenue in India? Now, this is a question from modern India and this is a question from post-independent India. Fine. So, which one do you think is the correct answer? How much revenue expenditure had increased for us because of defense? Okay. So, guys, the correct answer over here is this 25 to 30%, right? This is what our correct answer is. This is how much, this is by how much our defense budget has increased. Okay. Next question. Urdu poetry has been responsive to all stages of national historical development. Which of the following poets embodied the national aspirations in poems? Brij Narayan Chakbast, Durga Sahai Surur, Hasrat Mohani, Muhammad Ali Jauhar, Mir Hassan. So, which of these are poets? These are Urdu poets and who have written poems about the national movement. कौन से हैं ये? So which one do you think is the correct answer? So the correct answer here is 1, which is your first option, A, B, C and D. So E nahi hai, Mir Hasan is not part of this, but it is A, B, C and D. Next. Who among the following painted the stork in water color for Lady Impey? Sheikh Zial al-Din, Bhavani Das, Ram Das, Ghulam Ali Khan. Fine. Who painted a stork in watercolor? Stork एक bird है, उसको watercolor से किसने paint किया था for Lady Impey? So your options are what? Your options here are given as Sheikh Zain al-Din, Bhavani Das, Ram Das, Ghulam Ali Khan. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? The correct answer is Sheikh Zian al-Din. Next question. Arrange the following establishment of Indian universities in chronological order. This is quite an easy question. This is all about your education during the British rule. How were they pursuing this education? So let us see how it is going to be. Which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer here is going to be 1, because this is already arranged. First you will see in Bombay, then in Punjab, then Allahabad, then Patna and then in Delhi. Last one you will see in Delhi, but now Delhi is the hub of education. Okay. Next question. Sorry. Which type of instrument was dandal? Sickle, spade, water drawing device or a harrow? So which type of instrument is a dandal? So which one do you think is the answer over here? Is it a sickle? Is it a spade? Is it a water drawing device? It is a harrow. The correct answer over here is 4. It is a harrow, guys. Okay? All right. Next question. Who was the writer of the famous literary epic Megandh Bad Kavya, 1861? This epic retold the story of Ramayana in a way that turned Ram and Lakshman into the traditional heroes, into weak-kneed, passive-aggressive, feminine villains, and demons like Ravan and his son Meghnad into majestic, masculine, modern heroes. And this is interesting, don't you think this is a very interesting question, that who has written this book where Ram and Lakshman have been turned into this passive-aggressive, feminine villains, and Ravan and his son has been turned into this masculine look, alright, or masculine heroes. So what was it? So your options are Veera Salingam, Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar, Kasi Prasad, Michael Madhusudan Dutt. So which one do you think it is going to be? So the correct answer over here is 4, Michael Madhusudan Dutt. So I don't know, maybe he did not have an understanding of our epics. Could be. Next question. Which of the following statements about Vallabhacharya are correct? He was an ardent exponent of the Shaiv cult. He was born near Mathura. He was a Telugu Brahmin. He visited the court of Krishnadev Rai. His monoism is known as Shuddh Advait. Now these are things which you have, I'm sure, done in your classes, right? This is again a very factual information which has been given, guys. So you know that you have to remember about these people as well. Okay. So which one do you think is the correct answer? Which of the following statements are correct? Okay. So the correct answer here is going to be 2. Fine. Which means which of the options are correct? It is C, D and E. Yes, he was a Telugu Brahmin. Yes, he was at the court of Krishnadev Rai. His monoism is known as Shuddh Advait. Sorry. Next question. Okay. So now you have to match, which is the legislations, fine. And then you have to tell us what was this legislation about. So you have the Native Marriage Act of 1872. You have the Age of Consent Act of 1891. You have the Sharda Act of 1930. You have the Child Marriage Restraint Amendment of 1978. Now, this is a very easy question. If you've done your social reforms chapter, you would be able to answer this very easily. So, which one do you think is the correct answer? Let us use some elimination method over here. So, the Child Marriage Restraint Amendment Act of 1978. So, D is definitely going to be what, guys? It has to be 3. Raise the age of marriage of girls from 15 to 18 and for boys from 18 to 21, right? So, D is what? D is 3, okay? So, D is 3 only over here in none of the places. So, your correct answer becomes 4, all right? But again, you will have to see others as well. So, A is what? Native Marriage Act of 1872. Marriage of girls below 14 and boys below 18 years were forbidden. Fine. So, that's A. A is 2. Okay. B is 1, that is age of consent. Forbade marriage of girls below 12 years of age. Fine. Then C is what? C is 3, which is the Sharda Act. It raised the age of marriage of girls. Sorry. C is 4. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes. C is 4. Pushed the marriage age and provided for a penal action in marriage of boys under 18 and girls under 14. So, the correct answer becomes 4th. Megalithic pit burial marked by a single standing stone slab is called Kodaikal, Topikal, Dolmen, Menhir. Now again, guys, this question is directly taken from Upinder Singh, and when a megalithic pit is marked by a single standing stone, then that is known as your menhir. Okay. All right. So now you have to arrange the following sultans of Delhi in chronological order. Rukuddin, Balban, Iltutmish, Razia, Nasiruddin Mahmud. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? Though ये थोड़ा सा easy question है guys, I don't think इतना difficult है इसमें कुछ भी, ठीक है? So think. So, all right. So obviously, first of all, it has to be Iltutmish, all right? Because after Qutbuddin, it was Iltutmish who ruled. After Iltutmish, it has to be what? After Iltutmish, it is going to be Rukuddin. So before Razia could ascend the throne, it was Rukuddin Feroz who was actually ruling, fine? So you have C first and then you have A, okay? Then obviously you will have D, which is Razia, fine? Then you will have E, which is Nasiruddin Mahmud, and then you will have, lastly you will have Balban. Okay, so 2 becomes your correct answer. Now, I'm sure you've seen in all of my YouTube videos, when I'm talking to you about rulers, I have always said that you will have to focus on what? You will have to focus on the chronological aspects, right? That is exactly what we have done over here. We focused on the chronological aspects. Okay. So now you have to match the list. So this is film and director. So we have Anand Math, Father India. Then we have Jai Bharat, Jhansi Ki Rani. The directors are Hemant Gupta, R.S. Chaudhary, Homi R. Wadia, Sohrab Modi. So you have to match them now. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Let me just show you all the options also. Yes. These are your options. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? The correct answer over here, guys, is 2. Okay. So A is 1 itself, that is Hemant Gupta. B is 2 itself, R.S. Chaudhary. C is 3 itself, Homi R. Vadia. And D is Jhansi Ki Rani, Sohrab Modi. Okay. The correct answer here is 2. Okay. Arrange the following historians in chronological order according to the year of their birth. S.K. Iyengar, Radha Kumud Mukherjee, K.P. Jaiswal, H.C. Raya Chaudhary, Jadunath Sarkar. So I'm sure you're happy to see the name of Jadunath Sarkar over here, don't you think? So you have to arrange this in chronological order according to the year of their birth. Fine. So which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer here is, guys, 1. Fine. So first of all, you will have Jadunath Sarkar, then you will have S.K. Iyengar, then you will have Radha Kumud Mukherjee, then you will have K.P. Jaiswal, and then you have H.C. Raya Chaudhary. Okay. So now, guys, see, just look at the question and you would know that you even have to remember the historians as well. You just don't have to remember what they were writing. No, yes, their works are important, isn't it? But you also have to remember what were they, who were they, when were they born, etc. All of those things are also important. Okay. The term positivism is originally derived from the positive philosophy enunciated by Auguste Comte, Theodore Mossman, Peter Burke, Eric Cockayne. So which one do you think is the correct answer? The term positivism is coming from whom? Auguste Comte, Theodore Mossman, Mommsen, Peter Burke, or Eric Cockayne. So the correct answer over here is, it's Auguste Comte. The word positivism is actually derived from, it was enunciated by him. Again, a great historian. Okay. Next question. Whose book, Kali the Mother, influenced the great artist Abhindranath Tagore to create the painting of Bharat Mata? Sister Nivedita, Sarojini Naidu, Pandita Ramabai, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So whose book? So there's someone who has written Kali the Mother, and this really gave an inspiration to Abhindranath Tagore to paint Bharat Mata. So who do you think it was? So correct answer here is A, that is Sister Nivedita. She was the one who has written this book called Kali the Mother. Who stated, the great man of the age is the one who can put into words the will of his age, tell his age what its will be, and accomplish it. What does he in the heart and essence of his age? He actualizes his age. Now by age here, he means the time period that the person is living in. Fine. So this is a historian who is stating these things. These are his words. Which one do you think is the answer? Is it Bismarck? Is it Hegel? Is it Gibbon? Is it Acton? Which one do you think is the answer over here? The correct answer over here is Hegel. He was the one who has said these words. Okay? All right. Next question. All right. This is again a very easy one. You have to arrange the following Pal rulers in the correct chronological order. So this is something which I think you'll be able to do very easily. Okay. So first of all, it is going to be E, because Dharmpal is the founder. Okay. So we have E only here and then we have here. So this option and this option is cancelled. Okay? So we only have to take a look at what? We only have to take a look at these two. Fine. So after Dharmpal, we have Devpal. Okay, fine. So then we have D. After this, we have Mahipal. So C. After this, we have Rampal. So B. And then we have Madanpal. So A. So your correct answer is 2. Okay. Okay. Which one of the following are correct about the model of patrimonial bureaucratic empire? Stephen P. Blake used to study it to study the nature of Delhi Sultanate and Mughal Empire. Its political framework is heavily drawn on Max Weber's work on patrimonial state. Patrimonial domination does not originate in the patriarch's authority over his household. It entails obedience to an office, not a person. To govern successfully, a patrimonial ruler must have at his disposal a body of loyal, disciplined soldiers. So you have to tell me which one of these options are correct. Now this is a little difficult question because this is on the basis of historiography, but they've asked you a concept from historiography, right? So you have to give the answer accordingly. Sorry guys. Okay. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? The correct answer over here is 4, which is B and E only. So its political framework is heavily drawn on Max Weber's work on patrimonial state. Okay? And to govern successfully, a patrimonial ruler must have at his disposal a body of loyal, disciplined soldiers. Okay. All right. This is again quite easy, but because they've given the dates, it can be a little difficult as well. These are the fortresses of Akbar, right? And on the other side, you have the years in which these fortresses must have been drawn. Okay, so you have to tell me which one is the correct answer over here. All right, Samyukish, you can see all the 4 options, guys. So try to match which one do you think is the correct answer. So the correct answer over here is 3. Okay. Yes, the correct answer over here is 3. So A is 3, which is Jaunpur is 1566. Fine. B is 1, Ajmer 1570. C is 4, which is Allahabad 1583. And then D is 2, Attock, which is 1581. Moving on to the next question. Okay. Who among the following commented at the beginning of the 19th century? A Hindu woman can go anywhere alone, even in the most crowded places. She need never fear the impertinent looks and jokes of the young idle loungers. A house inhabited solely by women is a sanctuary with most shameless libertine, which the most shameless libertine would not dream of violating. So who said this? Okay? Who commented this in the beginning of the 19th century? Ab J.A. Dobby, John Malcolm, Henry Roberclaw, James Outram. Who has made this comment? Okay? Who said so? So which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is Ab J.A. Dobby. Okay? He was the one who said so. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Alright, this is an easy one. Which of the following painters adorned the court of Jahangir? Bishan Das, Muhammad Sultan, Agha Reza, Muhammad Murad, Sayyid Beg. Which of the which of the painters were there in Jahangir's court? Which one do you think is the correct answer? Okay. So guys, the correct answer over here is, I'm sorry you're not seeing all the options. The correct answer over here is 4, which is A, C and D. So Bishan Das, Agha Reza and Muhammad Murad. Okay. Next question. Who wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is biography of Vaishnav saint Chaitanya Dev? Krishan Das Kaviraj, Brindavan Das, Nand Das, Jainand. Who has written the biography? Okay, which one do you think is the correct answer over here? All right. So the correct answer over here is Krishan Das Kaviraj. He is the one who has written this biography, okay, of the saint, Vaishnav saint Chaitanya Dev. Okay, arrange the following events in chronological order. Annie Besant published The New India. A provisional government of India established in Kabul. Banaras Hindu University established. Sir J.C. Bose founds the Bose Research Institute. The first All India Depressed Classes conferences were held. So you have to arrange them in a chronological order. This is going to be quite easy if you remember all the important events of modern India. You will have no issues answering this question. So which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer here is 3, which is A, B, C, D, E. Alright, this is already arranged chronologically, guys. Fine. So first you will have Annie Besant publishing New India. Fine. Then you will have the establishment of a provisional government in Kabul, Banaras Hindu University, Bose Research Institute, and All India Depressed Classes Conference. Okay, next question. Which of the following universities established on the basis of Wood's Education Dispatch of 1854 were based on the model of London University? Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, Punjab, Patna. So which of these universities were based on the London University, the curriculum, the aspect, the administration, every aspect of it? Which one do you think it is going to be? The correct answer here is 2, which is A, B and C. So Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, right? This was based on London University. Why do you think this was there, guys? Because this was the hub, right? This was the hub that the Britishers had. This is where most of the Britishers would be staying. So when they would be sending their people off to universities in India, they wanted their own people to have something similar to what they have in London. Okay. Next question. The Kubariya Silsila was active in the region of Bengal, Kashmir, Gujarat और पंजाब. कहाँ पे ये सबसे ज़्यादा active थे? This is a very factual question. The correct answer over here is Kashmir. They were quite active in Kashmir. Okay, which of the following reports point out? The indebtedness leads ultimately to the transfer of land from the agricultural class to the non-agricultural money lenders, leading to the creation of landless proletariat with a reduced economic status. The result is said to be loss of agricultural efficiency as money lenders sublet at a rate which leaves the cultivators with reduced incentive to raise a good crop. So the Central Banking Committee 1931, who said this? The Punjab Land Revenue Administration report, the Land Alienation Act, Bombay Land Revenue Administration report. Which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer over here is 1, which is your Central Banking Committee, right? They are the ones who were talking about how agriculture in India was suffering because of indebtedness. Okay. Sher Shah, during the lifetime of his father Hasan Khan, was given the responsibility to administer the Pargana of Chandoi, Khwaspur, Passi, Sasaram, Satyari. Which provinces were given to him? Think and answer. So guys, the correct answer over here is 2. Alright, so B and D only. So he was given Khwaspur and D Sasaram. Okay, so even if you did not know this question, D has to be there, isn't it? Because that was ultimately his capital. Okay, so now you have to match this list. Okay, so we have these scholars and we have the field of excellence there. So K.S. Krishnan, S.S. Bhatnagar, T.S. Venkat Raman, Birbal Sahani. Field of excellence, physics, chemistry, agricultural science, and then you have paleobotany. These are your options. Which one do you think is the correct answer over here? Okay. So guys, the correct answer over here is going to be 1, which is A is 1, that is K.S. Krishnan is physics, S.S. Bhatnagar is chemistry, T.S. Venkat Raman is agricultural science, fine, and Birbal Sahani is paleobotany. Next question. Let me just give me 1 second. I think थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही zoomed in हो गया है. Okay. Which one of the following inscription carries the signature of Harshvardhan? Madhuban, Bankeshara, Sonipat, Navsari inscription. Which has the signature of Harshvardhan? So this is actually quite an easy one, guys. Fine. This is something, it's very factual, so I'm sure you remember this. The correct answer is Bankeshara inscription. Fine. This is where you will find the sign of Harshvardhan in the inscription. Okay. Next. Which of the following are correct about the Provisional Azad Hind Government? So this is related to what? This is related to the Provisional Azad Hind Government of Azad Hind Fauj, which was done by Subhash Chandra Bose. The Provisional Azad Hind Government was announced with headquarters in Singapore, right? Subhash Chandra Bose became the first Prime Minister of this government. S.A. Iyer was the minister in this government. A.C. Chatterjee was the minister in this government, okay? Lakshmi Swaminathan was also a minister in this cabinet, okay? So you have to tell me which one is correct over here. So which of the following is true about the Provisional Azad Hind Government, okay? So which one do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is 2, guys, because A, B, C, D, E all are correct over here. Next question. Which of the following are correct about R.G. Collingwood's theory of history? All history is the history of process of events. History is concerned with purposeful actions of individuals. Historians' method, the detectives' method. The writing of history is through reenactment of the thoughts of past actors in the minds of historians. His philosophy of history has been characterized as radical historicism. Okay, so now you have to tell me which one do you think is the correct answer over here. Which are the options? Which are the options which are correct? Okay, so the correct answer over here is 1, which is B, C, D, and E. So only A is not correct. A is not his part of the theory. Rest everything is correct. Next question. So you have to you've been given the list of Peshwas. Then you have the list of the treaties which they have signed. So Balaji Vishwanath, Bajirao I, Bajirao II. Then signed the Treaty of Basain with English. Worked as Shabshabad in Pune, Shabshabad of Pune. Popularized the idea of Hindu Padshahi. Helped English in crushing the Maratha naval force under Tulaji Angaria. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Think and tell me. Okay. The correct answer over here is 2. Fine. So 2 is going to be your correct answer. So A is 2, Balaji Vishwanath, A is 2, Balaji Vishwanath, worked as Shabshabad of Pune. Fine. B is 3, which is he popularized the ideal of Hindu Padshahi. Okay. C is 4, Balaji Bajirao, he was the one who signed the Treaty of Basain. Alright. And D is 1. Sorry. C is 4. Sorry. He helped the English in crushing the Maratha naval force. I'm sorry. मैंने गलत देख लिया था. And then we have D is 1, which is signed the Treaty of Basain with English. Okay. Alright. Moving on to the next question. The Fort William College in Calcutta, where the civil servants of the company were to receive training in literature, science, languages, did not find the favor of court of directors and merely continued as a language school for Bengal civil servants. In which of the following year was it closed forever? It's very easy question, guys. बहुत ही आसान question है अगर देखा जाए तो, ठीक है? Which one do you think is the correct answer over here? Which year do you think it was closed? Remember, they have opened a new college, isn't it? There was a new college which was opened which stated that yes, this is where the training of the officers are going to take place. So which year do you think it was closed? Okay. So the correct answer over here is 2, 1854. This is the time it was closed. All right. So this actually just remained as a language college for civil servants to, gain some kind of education. Fine. So that is what it was, and it was finally closed in 1854. Okay. Next question. The Persian term for Hundi as per text of Mirati Ahmadi was Sufia, Chalani, Mahmudi or Sarafi. Which one do you think is the correct answer over here? So the correct answer over here is Sufia. Okay. This is the this is the Persian term for Hundi, and this is according to the text of Mirati Ahmadi. Next question. Okay. Arrange the following Bactrian rulers in chronological order according to their accession to the throne. This is something we have done in details as well. And remember, guys, I always told you, whenever you are doing kings, remember their chronology. Remember their chronology. Okay, so this is what you have to tell me. Which one do you think is the correct answer over here? The correct answer over here is going to be 4. So first of all, you have Diodotus, all right. Then you have Euthydemus, fine. Then you have Demetrius, okay. Then you will have Meander, and then lastly you will have Hermes, okay. All right, let's move on to the last question for today. So this is the last question for today. For this particular video, we'll be discussing more questions in the next video. All right. So you have ministers, you have list of officers over here. You have Akshatpal, you have Roop Darshaka, you have Pot Adhyaksha, you have Samant Hard, and these are the functions which are given over here. Finance Home Minister, Record cum Audit Officer, Superintendent of Weights and Measures, Inspector of Coins. I'm sure all the options are visible to you. So which one do you think is the correct answer over here? All right, guys. The correct answer over here is 1. Okay. So A is 2, which is your Record cum Audit Officer. B here is 4, which is Rupadrakshak is Inspector of your coins, Rupadrakshaka. Then C is 3, which is Pot Adhaksh is your Superintendent of Weights and Measures, fine. And D is 1, that is your Finance and Home Minister. Okay. All right. So we have discussed question number from 51 to 100. All right. The next set of questions is something we will discuss in the next video, guys. All right. So I really hope that you were able to match your questions, and I really hope that you have gotten most of your questions correct. And after this discussion, you have the confidence that you will be clearing your examinations. All right. So I really hope that happens. Okay. So that's it for today's video. We have discussed the paper, the re-exam paper. We have discussed question number 51 to 100, and the rest of the questions will be discussed in a later video. All right. So thank you so much for joining me over here, guys. It was an absolute pleasure to have you all. I will now see you in another video with more questions to be discussed. Till then, please take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.